Hey, Get Shit Done crew. Welcome back to Keeping It Real with J2. I'm Jenny, your Get Shit Done coach. And as always, I'm here with my biz bestie and resident results Sherpa, Jenny. And this week, we're trading planners for lab coats. Because instead of asking, what's my next big thing in 2026, we're asking, what's already working? And how can I repeat that on purpose? And if you're already thinking, I didn't do enough this year, or you're low key panicking that you need to sprint in December to earn a clean slate, this episode is going to shut that noise down for good. It's time to study your own success like a scientist. So we're declaring it now. 2026 is an anti-resolution year. Let's call it what it is. Resolutions are the hangover of hustle culture. And this year, we're done chasing that BS. No burnout, no guilt, and definitely no bright and shiny new year, new me hangover.
Let's start with the lie we've all been sold. That change begins January 1st with a brand new planner, a green juice smoothie, ugh, and a promise you'll totally keep this time. Except you won't. Not because you're lazy, but because motivation is a short-term chemical. It's a feeling. Consistency doesn't come from a date on the calendar. It comes from a strategy your brain recognizes as doable. You don't need a fresh start. You need repeatable proof of what works for you. So go check out episode 3, The Confessions of the I Swear I'll Start Monday crew, if motivation is your flaky BFF. By the second Friday in January, otherwise known as National Quitters Day, most people have already ghosted their resolutions. And let's be real, how long do you actually think about that quote unquote new year, new you resolution before declaring it? Seconds.
Yeah, for sure. That's why 2026 is the year of the hypothesis, not the year of resolutions. Resolutions fail because they expect you to become a different person overnight. Experiments don't. They only ask for one small, repeatable action at a time, which is exactly why they stick. Because what actually creates change isn't a fresh start, it's familiar evidence. Show your brain pleasure and it will crave more of it. Leave it stranded in the unknown and all the red flag sirens go off. So here's the thing. Reflection isn't nostalgia, it's data. Every awesome moment you've had this year is a mini experiment that worked. And if your brain is saying, I don't think I have any, that's just a sign you've been moving too fast to notice, not a sign you didn't create any. The evidence is there. You just haven't looked for it yet. When you write it down, you're not being sentimental, you're giving your brain proof. See, you do finish things. You can trust yourself. You've already figured out hard things. That's how confidence is built, not from hype, but from evidence.
Exactly. You can't design the next version of success if you haven't studied what made the current one work. And that's where this month's Get Shit Done power move comes in. Awesome Moment is the evidence collection, and it leads to our 2026 goal prep. So for this year, we're going to pause long enough to notice what actually lights us up instead of declaring the next big thing in a split second New Year's Eve ball drop fueled moment. And if your year felt packed but not meaningful, this is how you separate what actually mattered from all the stuff you took on out of obligation.
Yeah. Okay, lab partners, here's your experiment. List one awesome moment from each month of 2025. Just one, big or small, weird or wonderful. And if you're stuck, try this. What's something I finished? What's something I handled better than last year? What surprised me? What took courage? What used to drain me that now feels easier?
So many great questions and a great starting point. Then you're going to want to sort them using the Mastery Circle Hex Map. That's our upgraded version of the Wheel of Life. Each category represents a space where your momentum lives. So there are 6 categories. The first is contribution and impact, where your effort mattered and made a difference. This is often the work we do, the volunteering, paid or not paid, it doesn't matter. If you made a contribution or made an impact that mattered to you, it goes in that box.
Yeah, it made you feel awesome, right? You
Yeah,
contributed, you made an impact,
and
it lit you up.
exactly. Most of us started our business to make an impact, to serve others, and we wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of little check marks in this box for you.
That's right.
The second category we call the soul squad, when connection fueled you forward. So that's about the people. It's who you love to hang about, the relationships that you have, the people you love in your life.
Yeah, this is friends, families, collaboration partners, your people. Your
Yeah.
people light you up.
And the third category is joy. I love this category. It's when you felt fully alive, when you were your most creative or in flow. And so anything that you're like, I just love to do that. This
Mhm.
is something I always look forward to. For me, the joy category gets filled with concerts and
Mm,
musicals because
mhm.
those are things that I never regret investing time in.
Yeah, I signed up for a quilting class. I mean, that brought me so much joy to pick out the fabric and, get in that process. So that's what this category is all about.
And the fourth category is safety and security. When you can finally breathe, knowing that you're mentally, physically, or financially solid. And
Yeah.
so those moments throughout your year that made you go, oh, I
Mhm,
don't have to worry. I'm
mhm,
out of survival mode.
mhm. So this is your home, money, all of those things that give us safety and security.
And the fifth category, well-being warrior. So this is things like boundaries, rest, care for yourself that kept you balanced and thriving. As a CEO, we say that taking care of yourself is not optional. You are the most important asset in your business. And so any growth in this area or the time that you invested to make sure that you were taking care of yourself.
Yes, yes.
And the last category, number 6, is growth. And this one is where courage met your curiosity and you took action anyway. For me, taking on this podcast was really a growth
Yeah.
category.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And a big win.
Yes, yes, exactly. And I think it's important to state there's a lot of overlap in these categories, so don't overthink this. There's no perfect list. This isn't a performance review. If it mattered to you, it counts.
Go with your gut.
Yeah,
Yeah, just go with your gut. I think we gave an example when we first rolled this out. I saved enough money to go on a trip with my partner. That could fall into multiple categories. So, what are you most proud of? Are you most proud of that you saved the money? Are you most proud of that you went on the trip, that you spent time with your partner? Like Jenny said, there's no right or wrong here. And we're not going to give you a performance evaluation at the end of this. So put it where it resonates the most with you. Make this you. This is for your evaluation of the year.
yeah, we are multidimensional beings. We are not
Yeah.
we are not linear, we are not a decision tree. So the fact that it falls into multiple categories for me says, wow, that one definitely hit the mark for you. Do more of those things.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Okay, and then we also want to point out, notice how each one of these is an action. How did you contribute? How did you connect? How did you create? How did you breathe? How did you protect? How did you grow? They're not static boxes to balance. They're verbs. Because in Mastery Circle, momentum lives in movement. Look for patterns. Where were you most alive? The most at peace? The most you? That's your data for 2026. So, Jenny, why does this work?
Well, of course, there's real science behind this.
Of course.
Every time you acknowledge a win, your brain releases dopamine. That I did it spark motivates you to do it again. And your brain literally can't plan the future without referencing the past. And so if you skip reflection, you're building 2026 on vibes and anxiety instead of actual evidence.
So basically, we're hacking our own biology for confidence. Forget forcing discipline. We're feeding proof, and it feels damn good. So here's what happens if you skip reflection. You start chasing goals that don't even align with you. You forget the lessons your own life already taught you, and you lose trust in yourself. Every new goal feels like starting from zero, even though you're not. You've never been starting from zero. Your brain just hasn't been shown the receipts. You trade progress for pressure, and you leave 2026 to chance. Sound familiar? Well, that's what we're breaking up with this month. The busy badge, the I should do this BS. Because the goal was never busy. The goal has always been you.
So this week, we want you to set aside 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Grab your planner, your calendar, or your camera roll and start finding your own awesome moments and enjoy the walk down memory lane. And if your plate is full, just grab one moment for now. One is enough to start.
Yeah, and you don't need to find them all today. And if consistency is your Achilles heel, this practice is your reps. One rep a week builds the muscle. Block out a bit of time each week this month. Remember, we're collecting evidence, not chasing achievement. And by the end of the year, you'll know exactly what to build more of in 2026. So, what's your favorite awesome moment from 2025 so far, Jenny?
Well, I have two because I couldn't pick. So the first one is when one of my favorite clients, can I say I have a favorite?
Pretty sure.
Became our client. And
Yeah.
the moment was we had this amazing coffee chat where we connected and talked about how her business had grown and evolved and how she was looking for that next investment in her own growth. And that led to her joining the Mastery Circle. And my second had to be 100% retention of our clients for this final round of 2025. So,
Yeah.
two huge wins and awesome moments for me in the business.
Yeah, for sure. Those were great. I'm going to have to write those down real quick. So I put them down. And I have to say, mine, honestly, this podcast. Every week we showed up for lives. We knew the lives had kind of died off. LinkedIn wasn't really supporting it the way they had originally done. So we talked about the podcast and let's do it. And we didn't have a clue what we were doing. When we finally pulled the plug, it's like we brought life back into what we were doing. So I think this has been my favorite moment. And it's fun to listen to us in the car.
I listen in the shower.
Hey, we
TMI.
do. Yeah, it is. Hey, it's what we do. So, how about yours? Write that one thing down right now. It's got to be coming up in your mind. Just write it down. Before you close this episode, ask yourself, what's one moment from 2025 that proves you're becoming the person you want to be next year?
Because reflection isn't a slowdown, it's your success strategy.
And remember, we're not setting resolutions. We're going to run experiments in 2026. The goal has never been about busy. The goal has never been about burnout. The goal has always been you.
And if you love this episode, hit follow, share it with your favorite overachiever in recovery, and grab the full Power Move breakdown, including the Mastery Circle categories at masterycircle.biz/GSD. And join us next week for a behind the scenes J2 episode, how we actually use these tools ourselves. It'll be the unpolished truth. We'll dive into how we process the messy middle in real time because all of this comes down to emotions. And when you learn to read your emotions instead of run from them, that's when the real magic happens. Bye, everyone.
Bye.